once again, people. So we're continuing along on these Quake releases, and so therefore we have made it to the next version number, which of course would be the Quake 1.06 patch, which was apparently on October 1st of 1996. We'll see the exact date when we actually load it up though, so yeah. Because this is an actual official patch instead of like the last one, which was just a little hotfix. Um, and the significant thing I should note is that 1.05 and 1.05a were both beta stuff, so it was really not intended for the general public to use. So yeah, a lot of those changes that you saw in 1.05 were test changes that existed, but really you don't. This was the first time people saw them since, because of it being beta and all. So yeah, this was the first time for general public consumption a lot of this stuff was seen, and so therefore in the changelogs we get a lot of redundant stuff. So I'm going to skip all that and focus on what's new from 1.05a. Hopefully something that we actually care about this time, because we've been having a series of ones that are actually pretty useless to us. Now, Vorknitz has played this version. This is actually the version that, like, Vorknitz considers nostalgic and the one that he used to play. So hopefully it's a lot better than past versions. They're a lot more stable. So yeah, let's deathmatch until wee hours of the morning. Let's see here. What exactly is fixed? Hopefully stuff that we can use. So looking right at the changelog right away, I'm seeing a lot of things have been organized, but so far it's a lot of stuff that we've been seeing in the previous update. Let's see here. It's a lot of the same stuff. Oh, yeah. Last time around it said if you discharge the thunderbolt in the water, your cells are no longer dropped with your backpack. This time they give a reason for that. By discharging the water, your cells should be fully depleted. Only wussies do this as a panicked last-ditch effort anyway. Unless they have the pentagram protection, so this really shouldn't affect you anyway. So, yeah, it basically was just a little bit added to that. Let's see here. Lots of useless stuff for us. Like, really all the same stuff we saw in the last one otherwise. And that was even seen in the last one. See, I'm just seeing a lot of things. The lightning gun is never considered your best friend when you are underwater. Wait, why is that a patch note? You would think that would mean, like, it would kill you underwater or something, but, you've seen Quake 1.01. I showed you guys that version and showed that I basically could kill myself underwater in the deathmatch levels. That was kind of one of the things I was curious about, was if the Thunderbolt had that mechanic back then. And yeah, it depleted all our ammo, and it basically could be shot underwater. So I really don't see the difference at all. Yeah! Okay, so now from the main menu, you combine the semicolon. Before there was issues with it, and now it's fixed to 1.05, but you still couldn't bind it from the menus. There's also certain drives that had issues with the CD audio volume. That's been fixed. We don't really care about that. And I don't really know why we'd ever bind the semicolon key. Like, there's a lot of focus on the semicolon key, but I don't bind anything there. So once again, that's pretty useless for me. Time demo was not showing the timings at the end. It's 2016. We don't do demo files anymore. May not able to write a PCS file, a warning instead of a system error. We don't care about screenshots anyway. Okay, notify what weapon picked up in backpack in addition to ammo. That sounds a little nice, but that's deathmatch based, so we really don't care. Like that, we don't pick up a weapon when we are like fighting grunts or ogres or anything. So yeah, totally useless. New GUS code supports GUS Classic and fits playback rate. We don't use GUS, so useless. Um, Made the size of the zone a command line. Oh wait, we already did zone. That was from last time. So yeah, corrected a problem where discharging the lightning gun in water would sometimes leave you in a zombie state. You would be dead, but unable to respawn or restart. I never encountered that, but okay. So for single player, it no longer prints player exit the level in single player. That was something I did notice when we exited every single level. It prints in the upper left hand corner that we exited the level. Now it no longer does that because that's kind of multiplayer based. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, mostly it's all fits as the multiplayer once again, apparently. Though Voignitz is pretty adamant that the save game bug wasn't in this version. I hope so, because according to what I've been seeing in like 1.05 alpha, the save game bug was even worse than 1.01. So yeah. So let's see here. Multiplayer server changes. Um, let's see here. Yeah, there's also no exit 2 that will allow a player to exit the start level, but no one can exit any other level. As another fits for the whole start level thing. You must have frag limit or time limit set to use no exit 2 also. Essentially, this allows the players to choose an episode, but once the first level of the episode starts, they can't exit levels until the frag limit or time limit is reached. So yeah, it's a bit more of a fix than last time. Okay. Um Other than that, it's a lot of stuff that's pretty much we've seen before. Uh yeah, it's all the same stuff we've seen. Okay, here we are. Fits the whole no, wait a minute. Uh wow, a lot of this stuff is stuff we've seen already. Like everything is stuff we've already seen. Fits the lockup and multiplayer was selected, but there were no communications available. Yeah, I think we actually experienced that when we tried going to multiplayer last time. Spawn and respawn telefrags. When spawning or respawning, it will now search and find any open start spot, not just blindly go to next one. You will only telefrag somebody if every single spot is occupied, in which case the last person gets whacked. This keeps you from getting right back into the rolling telefrags at the start of a level, and gives the first players the chance to get the get-off spots. Portal telefrags have not been changed. Also, there's a kick function now by number, similar to painting by number, only much more fun. So people with funny names can be removed from the server easily. Bane inadvertently assisted in testing this one. Usage kick number, get number using a status command. So yeah, you can kick people from the server by name now. After selecting a game in the search for local games list that is full, Quake no longer drops back to the console or remains at the local games list screen. The modem code has been tweaked, so modem to modem play should work better. And port number works now. without having to run a certain UD port line on Quake. And there's a box to type in your port number. Yeah, so when you play multiplayer, now you can specify what port you have instead of how it was before. That's pretty useful for today. I usually set up to like a different default port, so that's kind of important if you want to do a Quake server. I probably couldn't do one before Quake 1.06 actually because of that. And you can, yeah, now type in the IP address. You can type in the console. Okay, there is a known issue, though, that the classic GUS code is not initiated properly. Only after you run something that does it right, such as a Gravis utility. They're kind of waiting for Gravis to fix this one, so yeah. But the problem with all this is, everything I just read off, it doesn't sound like anything that we've been having a problem with was fixed. Which kind of goes completely against what Voigtness was saying. Voigtness would look at like 1.01 and was like, oh, I didn't realize the old versions of Quake were so buggy because I used 1.06 and it was totally different there or whatnot. So I must have avoided all that. What I'm kind of seeing here is that all the stuff that we've been seeing is present in 1.06. So, yeah. Let's actually load it up and see firsthand if these problems are still existent. I mean, look, I'm playing 1.06, so I'm playing the version that you're supposed to be playing. So, yeah, you can't blame it on that anymore. First, let's do vid mode 11. Oop, I did vid mode 1. Just look at like the slowness of vid mode 11. You can see like there's a slight delay. You know, it's not too bad here, but you can definitely tell like it's a bit laggier than normal. It's definitely a lot more noticeable when I'm playing the game myself. But as soon as you see the combat starts getting like crazy, the lag starts picking up a little bit. Especially if I'm playing the game myself. Like, let's load up here. Yeah, I just loaded on normal. What of it? See what I mean? They were just stuttering with the voices there. And it's like that for everything. It's kind of there, but it feels off. Like, something about it just feels kind of like slow and clunky. It doesn't feel right. It feels like it's not very optimized and feels very unstable. It doesn't feel like the software modes felt like. Or like, you know, later versions on like outside of DOSBots. See, that's the thing, like I said, I really want to blame DOSBots for this issue. It's probably my DOSBot setup. I really wish I knew how to set it up properly. I totally blame Voigtness for this one because he should tell me what he has different from me. You know. I don't even think he's actually mentioned it, you know, and at this point he probably should have told me it was my setup. But yeah, it's whatever, it works, it's a thing. Let's check the other issues and see if anything is fixed in this version. Obituaries aren't too bad, but let's see if it was actually fixed at all. It wasn't fixed last time, you know, these obituaries. The last time, I still wasn't sure if I had installed the progs right, so yeah. Haha! Look at that! I was fed to the Rotfish! Hooray! Something was fixed! It actually said I was fed to the Rotfish. Look at that obituary. It actually worked. Oh my god, something actually worked right. Hooray! We can now die to Rotfish! And it worked right! This is an amazing novelty. I am now going to cherish this. I can die to Rotfish. Yep, that was totally worth it. I am glad that happened. Okay, maybe we should like get back to vid mode 1. Or is it vid mode 0 even? I'm not really sure. I think vid mode 1 is like vid mode 0 but more demanding for whatever reason. think it was supposed to be like a rap mode that didn't work or something. Needless to say, I always play vid mode 0. But yeah. Now you can run around, do different stuff, all that, blah blah blah. Excuse me, I need to be a hero. I need to do stuff. Here I come to save the day. I'm pretty awesome and that's okay. Hey, I can't open the secret door. This door opens elsewhere. Not when the game was buggy because of save games. And I probably could get that again if I wanted. If I went back to 1.01 actually. Probably this is probably going to have the more modern glitch. Hey, at least I could die to Rotfish now. That totally was worth it. That was the most important update we've ever had. Hey, it's something. I was kind of bugged about the fact that I couldn't die to Rotfish. Like, seeing that obituary, and it was very, very jarring, to say the least. And no message! Yay! No message! Ain't that amazing? We can also buy semicolon if we want to now. Because, yeah. When I think of things I want to do, I want to buy my semicolon key. Totally viable option, right? Hi. Hi. Okay, what else do we have to do? Whew! I nearly died there. Maybe I should save the game. You know, because that's totally a viable option. Oh, look, it's Shubnigar's Pit. Oh my god, it's actually working again, my saves. I can actually see my saves. Can I load it up and, like, have... Look at that, I have 90 health again. Oh my god, it's a floating shotgun shell! Oh my god, shoot it! Shoot it! Shoot it! There's floating shotgun shells and they're everywhere! Okay. So the lesson here is that the saves aren't working, at least for old saves. Note that a new save might work perfectly fine. So let us do that. Let us save the exact same thing. Let's make sure skill is 3. We start. That way we have it set to be legit. Now we shall reload the game. And we have floating shotgun shells. And this was with a brand new save, people. Like, let's even save to a different save slot. And really, like, prove it. Well, this one already had the glitch in it, so maybe that would be a bad idea. Map end. Skill 3. Let's save as this one. And as you see, it's totally glitchy. So, Vorknets! Yeah! Remember that save glitch that you said was gone in 1.0 sets? I'm playing 1.0 sets. Actually, when was this one even released? I don't even think I looked at that. Oh, look at that. It's kind of going to block me from seeing that right away. I'll look at that in a second. Oh my god, putting shotgun bots is everywhere. So, yeah, it's totally a thing. And look at that! Water takes away 10 health, not 5. Well, that's totally unfair. Oh my god, it's a Rotfish! I wonder what a Shambu looks like in this world. Let's find out. Wait a minute, where'd my super nail gun go? I think I've been ripped off on my super nail gun. Well done. Amazingly, a Shamble looks like a Shambler. I can still shoot Shubnigaroth and make her bleed. And I just crashed the game! Progress? I don't remember that happy at 1.01! This is supposed to be the fits? Seriously, we haven't made any progress at all. Besides, Rotfish now having an obituary. That's the best we've gotten. September 30th of 1996. There we are. So, that's that. Yeah. Oh, and do we actually have, like, new messages or something? I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if, like, anything's different. No, everything looks the same to me. So, yeah. This is pretty much yet another version that's pretty much identical to everything else we've seen before. The lesson here is that Quake's versions aren't too different from each other if you're trying to play the single-player game because of their focus on multiplayer. Because the whole big selling point of the game at this point, and the whole massive thing was multiplayer, we get very little differences. And yeah, as you see, the save game bug of 1.05 has been fixed, though it hasn't really been improved since 1.01. Like, we're still having the same problems as 1.01. So yeah, Vorknits, it still works in 1.06 as this. So don't try and say that even 1.06, your beloved version, didn't have this evil save game bug. Yeah. I really wonder if this was like a debugging version or what was going on with this, because it's weird to have like 90 health, missing guns, visible triggers, all these weird anomalies. But yeah, it's still not fixed. In fact, really, the changes between 1.06 and 1.01 are very minimal. If you've been paying attention to the last two versions, I will have said that basically the only differences between them at all was the broken save feature being totally broken. So that was removed. So we're basically back to square one with 1.01 in terms of features. We saw something kind of weird with the Shub-Niggurath, like a weird glitch when we tried shooting. I don't know if that's common or what that was, but I don't remember any problems in 1.01. It's surprising based on the fact of the matter that you could cause a crash back then by killing her. And here you're supposed to not have that problem. Yeah. In other news about this, there's also the whole matter of the fact about obituaries actually working a lot better than they were in the past. Specifically in regards, I tested out just for Rotfish, but that's exactly the thing. You could always basically get reliably to say the wrong things when you were in water. I could never get the Rotfish obituary to appear because the fact of the matter, Rotfish are always in water. So because of that, you never really could see the Rotfish message, or if anything ever killed you in water, you basically never get told what you actually get killed by. At least now, obituaries kind of work a lot more consistently. Though it is a shame that pretty much everything else is the same. Like, I don't think we've made a single other improvement besides the whole obituary thing. I mean, that's something, but honestly, Vorknitz kind of like talked up 1.06 as being like a big improvement, and honestly, a five number difference, you would think it would be. And I thought maybe like the beta version was just because it's beta, it wasn't the real public run. They hadn't really released the big guns yet or something. But no, there's just really nothing offered in this one that's really that appealing. Like I said, the whole player adds in a level thing being gone in obituaries. Basically, the messages in the upper left-hand corner are a lot better than they were in the old version. That is nice. I can't complain about the fact that matter that the messages before were pretty annoying in how they were. They weren't very good because telling me that I exited a level wasn't very nice. And yeah, also the fact of the matter that we have better stuff in the multiplayer stuff. Like, I could probably actually load up a multiplayer game and actually, play a deathmatch now, unlike before. Like I said, 1.01 or so, I tried showing you off and it basically froze on me. So I'm gonna try it now. And, this. Quake! Look at the progress we've made! Yeah. So, yeah, we have really not made anything. But like I said, at least we got a little corner that's better, and, at least it, like, shows messages better than past versions. So that's something. It's a very small something in comparison to some of the glaring things. Save game bugs, or, the whole video issue thing. AKA the two things I've been complaining about since the very beginning of this playthrough. But yeah, at least the whole obituary thing that kind of was getting annoying when I was trying to, like, showcase it, like, in my videos or whatnot. I, like, couldn't show the Rotfish obituary because of that. At least that issue's fixed, I guess. Like I said, that's the thing that's a real nice thing. You at least have some improvement. It just feels like it's missing that real oomph of, like, how could you not notice the fact that it mattered this many months later that the save game function is totally botched? And I mean botched. Like, you can't load a save game at all. I've shown in all different ways. You can't close the game, load it back up, and still load it. You can't load it, just save it and a minute later load it. You're basically out of luck. You basically corrupt the entire level, basically doing it. And we still don't have a fix for it in 1.06, when this has been an issue since 0.91. That is pretty interesting to talk about. I'm actually surprised how long-standing of a bug this is. You're basically telling me for the entirety of 1996 this was a rampant bug that apparently nobody really talks about. Like, you never hear about anyone mention the save game bug. But yet, I have visual evidence here of it being present in all these different versions. But yeah, very, very interesting, very, very random. Anyway, there's really not much more to talk about. It was here, it was a thing. So anyway, thank you very much all for watching. It has been a very random adventure with very minimal progress, but progress nonetheless. And with that in mind, I shall see you all next time.